Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to Functional Medicine with me, Dr. Howard Robbins. We're going to do a show today on lupus erythematosus, systemic lupus, SLE. I want to I like to get right into things. So first, I want to thank my two sponsors, very important in the treatment of this. The first is Promolife, Promolife.com, Promolife.com. You're going to want to get home care, ozone systems set up for yourself. Excuse me for rubbing. Set up for yourself. As you're going to learn later in the show, you contact them at 888-742-3404. They have been making and they do all their own manufacturing of ozone generators for home care and medical doctor use. They make a whole range of ozonated products that might be helpful and beneficial with this. Um, it's they're the best in one of my opinion, best company to go to for anything concerning ozone for people to buy. So you call them and you say, I heard about you here on Dr. Robbins' show, Dr. Howard's show, and they'll do something special for you. You'll get a % off something, or maybe they'll throw, depending on what you're buying, something in free. Um, and we're going to talk more about what you can do with their products in this show. So that's 888-742-3404. Then you want to go to doctorsbiome.com. You're going to learn about why the gut is so important in treating this later in the show. And you want to buy Doctor's Biome Gut Health or even Women's Health, doesn't matter. It's all the same bacterias. And there's, different organic juice that it's in. And let me explain a little bit. First of all 15 patented strains are living in a 100% organic mint, kale, lettuce, celery, cucumber, apple juice, or in the woman's health product in a 100% organic watermelon, apple, beet, pomegranate, strawberry juice with added organic cranberry. So it's delicious. Children can use it. And children can get lupus also. So it's important. It's a very important that you have a healthy gut so you can absorb all the nutrients and everything else. But we're going to go into more of that later on. If you use the coupon, not a cheap product, because there's nothing like it on the market. If you use the coupon code Howard35, you'll get 10% off the retail price. After you've tried it and you see how great it is, and by the way, it comes with a 100% money back guarantee. Um, After you've tried it and you know you're going to keep getting it, go on auto ship. I think they call it subscribe and save, and you'll get an additional 10% off. Now you're getting a great, great savings, and it's worth every penny. Over 90% of the people that buy it have stayed with it for years now. Because it's an amazing product. Um, if you want to learn more about it, you can go to some of my shows that I've done on the digestive disease, on digestive system and probiotics, on probiotic shows that I've done, and you can learn more about it. And by the way, subscribe to my channel. It's free. That's absolutely free. I'm not going to waste any time because this is a long show and I'm going to try to get it in one fell swoop. Okay. So lupus is is a chronic autoimmune disease. Nobody knows why people get it. I mean, we don't know what the cause is. But we know that the immune system is attacking the body's own tissues instead of protecting them. Um, it's very unpredictable because it can involve many parts of the body. It can involve joints and muscles, similar to rheumatoid arthritis, the skin, the kidneys, heart and lungs, the brain and nervous system, the blood cells. Just about everything can be affected by it in disastrous ways. I don't have to tell you all the symptoms. You can look it all up. I don't want to waste time on that. This show is dedicated to safe, healthy, and effective ways in helping to treat or eliminate it. Um, and it flares up, and this is what tricks people. It can flare up like all the autoimmune diseases, and then it can go into a remission. Um, I believe the remission is occurring because people are doing something to boost their immune system and de-stressing their lives and bodies. Um, but you'll start to see all sorts of unusual things with lupus, and so it's not that easy to diagnose. But eventually, when they can, you can get skin rashes and be very sensitive to the sun. Um, you can get fevers. They call it fevers of unknown origin, which comes with cancers and other things too. But without any infection, your hair may thin. You think you're having a problem with your thyroid. You can get sores in your mouth and your nose. Okay. Extreme fatigue. That's one of the things that happens with these these RA autoimmune diseases. But with SLE, you can get extreme fatigue, so it could be mistaken for other things. I believe some of it may even be Lyme disease and undiagnosed, because Lyme is the great imposter pandemic. Listen to my show on it. And a lot of the problems that you suffer from with headaches and memory issues and mood changes and everything come with Lyme. And unfortunately, Lyme is often misdiagnosed. I believe a percentage of SLE diagnoses is really Lyme disease masquerading. Um, but the good news is when we treat it, we get great results. Um, um, there's no single test that really can prove you have SLE. There's the ANA and anti-dsDNA and anti-Smith. There's a whole bunch of different tests that doctors can do if they want to try to diagnose it for you. There's a typical skin rash that comes with it. Not everybody gets it. What can you do about it? Well, first, get rid of it. How do you get rid of it? And when I say get rid of it, notice I didn't say cure it. Why didn't I say cure? How do you know you cured something when you can't prove what the cause was, so you can't prove you eliminated it from the body? It's one of the confounding things that I have with many different medical problems when there's no known cause. And yet, as long as it's not genetic, intravenous ozone therapy has been amazing good in eliminating lupus, amazingly beneficial in eliminating it, because it's treating all the different things all at the same time that might be the cause of it. It's going to destroy every virus, fungus, yeast, mold, bacteria, parasite, toxin, harmful free radical. It acts as an anti-inflammatory and a painkiller. Um, it stimulates natural stem cells in the body that do repair. It's doing all these things, and it's going to get rid of all these different possible causes of it. And by doing that, I've eliminated it. No one has ever come back where we've gotten rid of it in people to tell me that they had it flare up again. So I have to believe we've been enormously successful with it using intravenous ozone. And all intravenous ozone is not created equal. Go to my show called Intravenous Ozone Therapy, Everything You Need to Know. I go over all the different methods and why we use the ones we use. The one we haven't started using on it yet is ozonated glycerin intravenously. I'm watching and waiting and being careful because we take Dr. Do No Harm very seriously here in New York. And me, I take it very seriously in my office. They don't care if I kill you with pharmaceuticals in New York, but if I hurt one person with ozone, I'm out of business. And more importantly, I have to go to sleep at night. I'm not the kind of doctor that can harm a person and easily go to sleep at night. Just didn't happen. I'm fine with it. Not me. I'll be fine all day. I'll get into bed and I'll ruminate over this one person that was hurt. So I won't allow it to happen. Everything we do comes without any long-lasting adverse effects whatsoever. And we use the direct IV method predominantly for this particular problem because since this can affect your red blood cells, I don't like to take blood out, ozonate it, and put it back in. I'd rather put it directly into your blood. And this way, we're not going to damage any other blood cells in the um, uh, uh, taking the blood out and then transmitting it back into your body as a transfusion. So where you get some senescence of cells as well. So we like to avoid that. Um, Once again, I recommend that people go on a Mediterranean diet or a raw food diet. Raw food is amazingly good for this. You want leafy greens and broccoli and um, uh, berries of all kinds. Remember, organic, please. You don't want to be taking in herbicides and pesticides. For all we know, that's the cause of the trouble. So organic berries, because berries hold an awful lot of herbicide and pesticide if they're not grown right. Um, Extra virgin olive oil, organic cold pressed extra virgin olive oil. The omega-3, 5 and 7 fatty acids that you can get from wild caught fish. I like to use Alaskan salmon for that if you're into that. Sardines can be very good for that. Flaxseed, chia seed to reduce inflammation. Um, um, there's supplement. Now, you got to repair the gut. If you're not going to have a healthy gut, and that's where doctors' Biome comes in and ozone therapy comes in. How are you supposed to absorb all these wonderful nutrients and supplements that you're taking? And most people are walking around with an unhealthy gut. If you've had antibiotics even once in your lifetime, if you eat red meat or chicken that isn't organic or farm-raised fish, you're going to get uncooked out doses of antibiotics, whether you burn the meat or not. And that's going to kill off all the good boys, which does what? It allows yeast to overgrow. And bad bacteria, as we eat our food and drink fluids, every day is contaminated. I know it sounds gross, but it's contaminated. There's no such thing as sterile food. And when you eat that, it gets into your gut, and that's where our healthy biome has to fight it, so to speak. And that's why we need to replenish healthy biome every day. Okay. Um, so it's essential to have a healthy gut. That's where Doctor's Biome comes in. Now, I told you about ozone home care. And in ozone home care, you can do what's called rectal insufflation. Okay? Rectal insufflation. That's an ozone enema. Now, if you listen to my podcast on ozone home care, we discuss that. If you have any questions afterwards, call my office in Manhattan at 888-742-3404 and tell them you want to speak with me, and I'll be happy to answer a question or two about home care. All right. And by the way, when people have contacted me, they go, how come I'm not giving dosages of things to take when we're making suggestions on supplements and things? Everybody is an individual. People of different degrees of illness, different body sizes and whatnot, need different amounts of different things. If I tell you to take a certain vitamin and or supplement, herbal supplement, and you're allergic to it or sensitive to it, how did I help you? I said I take Dr. Do No Harm very seriously. So if you need dosages, you're either going to self-experiment, try to get information off the internet and take chances, or go to a functional medicine doctor who's skilled in determining, usually through muscle testing and whatnot, which supplements you should or shouldn't take, which forms of them, meaning what sources for each supplement should you be using. Because for this problem, you want to be taking vitamin C 5 or 6 times a day, as much as you can without an upset stomach. You want to be taking vitamin D3 and K2 and magnesium so that you can absorb the vitamin D3 in large amounts. Um, Not so much K2, but you need some, because if you don't have some, you're going to not absorb it. And if you have too much, you can wind up getting little bleeding, broken blood vessels throughout your body, black and blue all over the place. Got to be careful with these things. Um, Vitamin A, very important in this. Um, at least 10,000 IUs a day of that. You don't want to overdo that, but at least 10,000. But again, what source? Maybe you need a little more, okay, than other people. All the antioxidant vitamins and foods that are loaded with antioxidants, phytonutrients, and phytoenzymes. That's where raw food comes in. Raw food is loaded with phytonutrients and phytoenzymes that can help boost your immune system, reduce inflammation in the body, like sprouts, particularly alfalfa sprouts. Um, are known to trigger flare-ups. So you want to avoid alfalfa sprouts. But other sprouts, like broccoli sprouts, can be extremely beneficial with this. Okay. So this is where individuals have to learn what works for them and what isn't going to work for them. Um, And that's why I say you have to check with a doctor. No moral and ethical doctor should ever promise and guarantee a result. Well, I've had amazing success using direct IV ozone on this. Um, you never know what's going to happen on the next one. So there's no such thing as 100%. I wish there were in medicine. But we've had nothing but, to say the least, the highest of the 90 percentile of success in our office treating it. Um, there's other supplements like turmeric and curcumin that or oil of wild oregano. Um, So there's a whole bunch of supplements that are anti-inflammatory that would be very good. You want to eliminate all processed foods, fried foods, excessive salt, sodium salt, not trace minerals that you get from sea salt, which are very important. Um, Supplements like uh, quercetin is very good for this. Um, Chondroitin sulfate, um, very valuable for this. Um, Boron, small amounts of boron that you can get is very good for this problem as well. So I like that as well. Um, these are things that you can take safely. Acupuncture and chiropractic, very important. Tai Chi is very valuable in this, opening up the meridian systems through Tai Chi. Um, I like all those things. Yoga can be very, gentle yoga, none of these difficult positions that you may want to get into. Um, Ice packs, 10 minutes on, 10 minutes off, if you happen to have a joint or a muscle that's inflamed, of course. Um, uh, Sun protection doesn't seem to really help. You want to try to avoid UV exposure with this particular problem, condition. Sleep is very important in autoimmune disease. The key is to de-stress yourself. You can go to Louise Hay's books and learn about positive affirmations and stuff, but positive affirmations are only going to work if you're not doing negative things to stress your immune system and weaken it. Um, Stress your body and weaken it. So I avoid newspapers and reading. You learn about everything. I knew who won the Super Bowl without watching the whole thing almost right away. Um, you're going to learn about all the horrible things that are happening in the world, whether you want to or not, because people love talking about them. So spending your time looking at news magazines and things, news reports, is only very, very stressful. Um, and you want to reduce the stress that's coming into your body. Women get this more than men. It's not contagious. Um, and it happens in children as well, which is the thing that upsets me the most. And because I have to be able to get a little itty bitty vein using little itty bitty needles that we use in children, and we always can't easily treat children that way. That's where rectal insufflation and Promolife comes in, because you can give a child an ozone enema, and while a small amount does get absorbed, it can be highly beneficial. Highly beneficial um, because of all the wonderful things that ozone does. So I think that gives you the base idea on all the things that you can do to deal with this very serious disease. Very serious disease. Everybody, please go to Promolife 888-742-3404. Tell them you heard about it here on my show. You want to get set up for home care. Go to doctorsbiome.com and order Doctor's Biome right away. Even if it's for children, you just give lower doses. If you don't know how much, contact me. Call my office at 888-742-3404, and then we'll talk about your child and about how much I might recommend if you don't have a functional medicine doctor that can help you with that. Um, Everybody subscribe to my channel, please. That's very important. It helps us a lot. In any case, stay safe, stay healthy, stay well, and we'll be back again soon here on Functional Medicine with Dr. Robbins. Bye-bye now.